Paul Lee's turn to attack. He locates Lastimosa. His own try from deep. It's gone. They take the lead.
The trust that Paul Lee has shown to Lucero and Lastimosa, simply because these two are really special players. Big game coming from Lastimosa.
19 points in the game for Lastimosa. CJ can't get the lead back. Rondial will get 2 opportunities from the stripe off of his sheer efforts.
This time, he makes sure that he puts the ball back after that offensive rebound. This setup job. Slight opening for Lastimosa. No hesitation.
Rondial, 8 points in the game. The first free throw to tie is good. Abueva checking back in, replacing Mark Barroca. And now Rondial on the stripe for the second. 2:36 remaining.
Almost a double-double game for the second leading rebounder for the Beermen.
Now it is 10 points, 10 boards, and more importantly, the lead back with SMB. Lastimosa and Lucero. Can these two young guns complete their heroics with a win? Lastimosa mishandles. 5 remaining. Jerome to Sangalang, to Lucero, Xavier inside, bothered, Paul Lee to be the buzzer, it's gone! Oh, but they will call a shot clock violation. Yeah. They could take another look at it.
They will check this.
But coach, I've seen so many shots from Paul Lee picking it up off a loose ball and then taking that shot where the Smart logo is painted inside the big dome. This has been his spot, and he will not be able to beat the buzzer, or will he? Basket will count. It will count for the lethal weapon. And it was, right in the nick of time.
It was Jerome Lastimosa who created that scoring sequence for them.
Oh, I'm sure if this ends up as a win, we will get a refresher on the many, many shots that Paul Lee has landed from that Smart sticker. Junmar, counter-attack. He will get 2 free throws.
That was a difficult catch for Junmar Fajardo, really. Let's see if he'll be up to the task here at the free throw line. 13 for Fajardo.
2 shots for Junmar Fajardo.
First free throw for Junmar is good as we send it over to Bell.
In the recent huddles, both coaches have identified 2 key players each they depend on in these extra minutes. For SMV, they want to look for either JMF or CJ Perez to make the shot. For Magnolia, Coach Chito entrusted both Paulie and Jerome Lastimosa to read the floor and decide from there what they believe would be the best shot possible. Back to you, gentlemen.
Chance to retake the lead for the Beermen. The second free throw is good as well, as Fajardo pushes them ahead 93-92.
Oblivious to the pressure. The 8-time MVP knocks 2 crucial free throws. San Miguel up 1.
Lastimosa against a tough defender in Chris Ross. Jerome kicks it out to Barroca, could not take the shot. 7 to work with. Barroca to Lastimosa. Baseline drive. Jerome is fouled.
And again, that first step, that explosion, that speed. Fajardo made 2 free throws earlier. Remember, Jerome Lastimosa could have won this game for the Hotshots in regulation had he converted his last 2 free throws.
Pressure pack visit to the stripe once again for Jerome Lastimosa. The first one is good.
And how good will Jerome Lastimosa be in the next few years? And the part of the future is already here. Inside for Magnolia, that's Lucero. And of course, Lastimosa. That's a cornerstone already. 2 cornerstones rather already for the Hotshots.
They're leading scorers in this game with 24 and 21. After that conversion, lead is back to Magnolia, 94-93. Who will stand as the heroes of the end game for SMB and Magnolia? Perez crosses up the defense. Perez, emergency pass. Trollano open for 3, short. Rebound picked up by Perez to Junmar inside. Junmar connects!
And it's not just scoring the biggest shots, but also making the biggest basketball plays. That's a big one made by CJ Perez for Junmar Fajardo.
Lastimosa runs into trouble. Emergency pass to Sangalang. Now Lucero has it. Paul Lee will decide what to do with this basketball and how to attack. Lee, crossover against Trollano. Paul to Barroca for 3. It's on! Just a long 2 for Barroca. Foot on the line, but what is important is that they get the lead back.
That's the only thing that counts. Big basket versus big basket. Could have been a 2-point lead. If it was a 3-ball, this was that big play by Perez for Junmar Fajardo. And then a big shot converted by Mark Barroca on the return play. Foot on the line.
Tiny, tiny piece of his shoe on the line. As it will only be a 2-point conversion for Barroca, who has had a tough night at the office in terms of putting up points, but in all other aspects of the game. For the San Miguel Beermen, again, both teams in penalty. CJ, ball screen action with Junmar. Perez has it. Now inside to Fajardo. Good God, CJ, the layup is a miss. Rebound, bounces off of Lucero, but it will be reviewed.
CJ Perez could not believe he missed that layup. Excellent 2-man game execution on that give-and-go play.
But again, Magnolia could not complete the stops as they're giving up offensive rebounds in what would be back-to-back situations now against San Miguel.
Under 36 seconds left, 14 on the shot clock. San Miguel looking for another critical basket. Magnolia looking for a big defensive stop.
The call on the floor stands, as it was indeed Lucero who taps it out of bounds. 14 seconds fresh on the shot clock for SMB. It'll be CJ creating. They get the switch, the pass, tap, stolen by Ian Sangalang. No need to foul yet for SMB because there's 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Big defensive play coming from Ian Sangalang.
Lastimosa milking the clock. Now he needs to attack. Barroca, long shot, it's good again!
It doesn't matter how many shots you miss throughout the contest. It's all about making the shots that really count. And Barroca, 5 points that really counted the most for Magnolia for a 3-point lead.
Those are his first 2 field goals in this entire game. And what a time for them to come. Lastimosa fakes, and then the defense of CJ Perez could not recover in time. Barroca sinks another big-time shot.
And that's why it's so hard to defend, because it's a basket or it's a shot coming from an extra pass. But again, you go back to the dividends eventually, as he was fresher here in overtime.
Trollano for the tie, overcooks it. Barroca grabs the rebound. And the Magnolia Chicken Timplados Hotshots will complete the comeback.
Mark Barroca landing the defensive rebound. Trollano had a good look, but it was not meant to be. Good steal of a win here for the Magnolia Hotshots.
Prime-time performances from Xavier Lucero, from Jerome Lastimosa. That big 4 converted by Paul Lee. But those 2 big-time shots from Mark Barroca in the end game. Trollano got a look. The closeout coming from De La Rosa. Had a shot from the corner. There was really no opportunity to foul if you are Magnolia because SMB came into it wanting to take an early shot.
And it's also dangerous to give up an early foul because players will launch a shot once they feel that the foul is ready to be given up. Excellent performance for Barroca.